I'm gonna start giving you the Bobby Williams treatment now. Okay. We'll start off, of course, with a statement from Julie and then questions for the champion ladies.
I couldn't be more proud of our team. We set a goal in June, the first Monday of June, to win this conference tournament, and our players have been bound and determined to make that goal become a reality. They've worked hard every day. We have just such an awesome group of young women that love each other. We put God first in everything that we do. Our mission statement is godly women striving for excellence, and what a great example of that they've been throughout the course of the season. But in this tournament, we saw 3 very different games. We competed in 3 very different games, and they rose to the occasion in every game. We're super proud of our men's program. Congratulations to them. And with both teams winning the conference tournament, going to the NCAA tournament, I don't know what could bring more pride to Abilene Christian University. And I tell anybody that will listen, it is a privilege to be the head coach at ACU and work for people like Dr. Schubert and Alan Ward, and the folks at ACU do everything first class, and we really appreciate all their support and just for allowing me to fulfill my dream of being the head coach here. We're super excited about representing the Southland Conference in the NCAA tournament, and we're excited to find out who our opponent will be. But I'm just so excited for our players. We have just such a wonderful group of young women, and they have worked hard for this, and really credit them for keeping their composure down the stretch 2 days in a row and finishing with victories. Sara Williamson will go down as the winningest Wildcat basketball player in history until next year. I think she'll probably have some challenges from the next senior class. She's also the first ACU women's basketball player to win 3 Division I conference championships, which is a huge deal. And I think we'll probably have some challengers trying to compete and tie that next year as well. So what an incredible season we've had, and we look forward to this next chapter next week.
Okay, questions. Start with Brandon and then come back to you, Mitch.
Brandon Williams, Southland.org. First off, ladies, congratulations. I guess the obvious first question would be, how is it feeling right now knowing that you're going to the NCAA tournament?
It's amazing. I don't even know how to describe what I'm feeling right now. This is something, just like Coach Goodenough said, that we've been working for since June. And to finally see it come true, for us to realize our true potential of how great of athletes we are, then it's amazing. I'm over the moon about it.
Great.
I currently don't know how to feel. I'm just smiling. I'm really excited just to have those opportunities and to be part of this team, and really happy for all my teammates.
Hey, Mitchell.
Hi, Mitchell with Fox and Abilene. Describe what that feeling is like when you're hoisting the trophy and all that confetti is falling around you.
It's fun. it's a lot of fun. I want to do this again. It's just a really amazing team moment. I wouldn't want to be on the court with anybody else in that moment. Everyone's just happy, smiling, like we go through everything together, and that's like the outcome of it. You just work hard to get to this moment.
You know, we've seen other teams like on TV that are playing in their conference tournaments, and we've seen them hoist a trophy while we were staying in our hotels, and we knew that was something that we wanted to do as well. And to get to do that, it's truly a blessing, and we're honored to have done that.
Adara Jones, the Garage Apartment Media. This is for both ladies. Just to describe what it feels like to having to endure not being ineligible and now being eligible. Just 2 years into it, you're the top of the league. You're headed to the tournament. Your coach just said about the accolades that you have achieved. Breanna, the way you led your team this year. Just tell us about this season so far.
Well, our foundation was set a couple years ago when the senior class, Lizzie Dimba, Susie Dimba, Sydney Shellstead, and then Alexis Mason, they set the pace for what we do here at Abilene Christian, and they came in it knowing that they would not play in the NCAA double tournament, and so they just kind of set the boundaries, set the standard for how we work hard every day in practice, and that we're going to make it to the NCAA tournament, to the conference tournament each and every year that we can when we're eligible, and then we're going to get there, we're going to work hard, and we're just going to prove our ability over here at ACU.
It's something that you look forward to. Even though you can't compete in the NCAA tournament, you just are always pushing to be the best that you can, and I think that we strive to do that, and we showed that we could do that, and I don't think that it stopped once that boundary was lifted off of us. We continue to push through, and here we are now.
Yeah.
What does this weekend mean for ACU athletics for the men and the women both to come out on top of the Southland Conference tournament?
It's amazing. It's a great community to be a part of. We're so happy for our men, and we know they're out there supporting us too. Great support system, and just, we love ACU, and we're happy that everyone at ACU loves us back.
We're excited to go back and see the crowd waiting for us.
Joey.
Joey Richards, Abilene Reporter News. Can you talk about, what went through your mind when the wheels fell off there in the second half? How did you get through all that?
Team first wins in every situation. Everyone's so supportive, and even though things may have been going downhill for a little bit, we just are also encouraging. We just keep pushing through, and never once did we ever lose hope in ourselves or as a team. And whenever someone messed up, we were always there to pick them back up, and I think that showed in the end.
Well, can you talk about Duquesne's rebound? Probably the biggest rebound of her career.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. Clutch play in that situation, to have the grit to get in there and do that. It was great play.
Exactly what we needed. It was.
Well, and then how did you feel? You're up. You talked yesterday. You love shooting free throws. Pretty big moment.
She's clutch. In case y'all haven't
I love free throws.
Dari.
So now, ladies, this has been a record-setting tournament for you all. Y'all have set records throughout the tournament, and now here you are setting another record going to your tournament. Just tell us. What was your mindset going in? Of course, we know ultimately you wanted to be the champion, but what was your goals when you were preparing for this tournament?
Well, something that we work on every day is just being our best, being where our feet are, and that's just something that Coach Goodenough has really instilled in us to practice throughout practice, and that's what we've been preparing for this entire trip. Every day we ice bath, we hydrate correctly, we stretch, and we get ready for each and the next opponent. And so we've just been preparing. She's been telling us to be our best, and that's I think that what came out today. We missed a couple free throws down the stretch, but Lexi couldn't have gotten a better rebound in my opinion, and she just pulled it out, and this one made some clutch free throws.
Okay, Brandon.
Ladies, I know that part of the dream that you've had, was watching teams on Monday night get announced to the tournament. So what is that going to feel like tomorrow night, hearing your school name and knowing that you're going to be a part of that?
I'm going to go crazy. I don't know about Bree.
No, it's going to be a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun when we were getting announced for the WNIT, and this is a really huge opportunity for us, so I'm just so excited to celebrate with our team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, more questions for the student athletes? Once again, ladies, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Take
Thank
your
you,
name
guys.
cards there. And
Yes. Forget what?
Love you, girl.
you can't hawk it now. Okay, questions for Coach Goodenough? Brandon?
Coach, talk about your composure when they made the run. You're up 24, and it's looking like you're on the way, but they make the run. What was your composure, and what were you telling your players while they were making the comeback?
Everyone kind of felt it slipping away. We were missing shots that we had made in the first half. They were getting and ones, offensive rebound putbacks, and I just felt like my role at that time was to be the biggest cheerleader and to make sure that our team still they knew that the staff still had confidence in them, and during timeouts and between the third and fourth quarter, we just talked about we've got to get back to doing what we do well, make sure that we're taking care of the basketball, that we're communicating with one another. We've got to get stops by blocking out and rebounding. I felt like if I lost my composure, our kids would lose hope. And the players, I really credit Sara and Lexi Duque for just how much they were talking during the timeouts. Transitioning from offense to defense, they were really trying to be the coaches on the floor, and you have to have that, especially in those pressure-packed situations. But, I never felt like we're not going to win this game. I just was getting a little bit uncomfortable at how close it was getting. But I have a lot of confidence in our players and really believe that, down the stretch in crunch time, they were going to keep their heads about themselves. And we are a really good free throw shooting team. We felt like at the end, if it came down to free throws, we'd be able to finish those off. And fortunately, Lexi Duque found Bree, and Bree's going to be money in those situations. She's gonna finish free throws.
Coach, it seemed like they made you a little uncomfortable when they began to press a bit. What adjustments did you make to calm your team back down and be able to still get good shots and maintain your lead?
Corpus does a phenomenal job changing their defenses. They're in a run and jump man full court. They get in a full court press. They're in a half court trapping zone. They'll get into man to man, and so it really gets you out of rhythm of running your sets and running your offense. And it slowed down our offensive production because it took us so long to read the defense and get into something. So really credit Coach Chadwick for being such a great defensive coach. Y'all might not know this, but I played for his dad in college, and I've known Royce for over 30 years, and I know he comes from really good coaching stock, and you can guarantee Coach Chadwick's going to have his teams ready to play in games like this. And so, we even told our players, don't get too comfortable with whatever lead we have, because he's going to have them coming back and fighting back into it. And when you're solid defensively like they are, they're always going to have a chance to win ball games.
Mitchell.
Coach Goodenough, what has this weekend meant for ACU athletics?
This is phenomenal. Last night we came up to watch the first half of our men's game, and I'm talking to the mayor of Abilene. I was like, the mayor of Abilene should be here. This is awesome. He's this huge ACU fan, but what a big deal this weekend for both ACU teams to be here to win the championship. This is huge for the city of Abilene. And, we had great fan support. Several Southland officials commented to us about how awesome our fan support was coming out for this weekend. We were here last year, but this is the first time the men and women have both been at the tournament. And hopefully our fans see what it's about, and we'll have twice as many fans come out next year at this time.
Okay, Brandon.
Can you comment on what it's like to represent the Southland Conference going into the NCAA tournament?
It is such a privilege to coach in the Southland Conference. We have phenomenal head coaches and great staffs around the league. It's so fun coaching in the Southland. You have to work really, really hard to prepare for every opponent. I have a lot of respect for all the other teams, and what a great tournament. We had some great games in this tournament, fighting to see who the representative would be in the NCAA tournament. And my staff, my team, we will do everything we can to be good representatives of the Southland Conference. So we consider this a huge privilege to be the Southland team going to the NCAA tournament.
Mitchell.
Coach, how proud are you of this squad to get here?
Mitchell, you've been with us every day of the season. It's been awesome. I'm so proud of this team. We're led by one senior, so we basically have the whole team returning next year. And so this was, a season that we did talk about winning the conference tournament championship, and they all bought into it. We have 6 juniors who will be our senior class next year, and what a great way for them to end their junior season going into next year, knowing what it feels like, knowing all the hard work you have to put into to reach this goal. But just such a big deal for our program. And I know Sara mentioned some of the players that came before them, but today I'm hearing from Susie Demba, and I'm hearing from Whitney West and Renata Marquez, and people even before that great senior class. This is a huge win for ACU women's basketball players all over the world, and we had some ACU basketball players in the crowd today, former players who didn't even play for me. They played well before I got here, and they just wanted to be a part of something very special for the women's basketball program today. So this is a huge deal, and something that I think will propel us just to continue trying to put together championship caliber teams.
Okay, any more questions for Julie? Get ready for your prime time tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thank y'all for being here.